Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm back to do a commentary on Michael Patterson from the Kentucky Sting. He's the fake detective. So let's get into it.
Raven says he's about 55 miles away.
At 7 p.m. on Saturday night, a perverted justice decoy starts chatting online with a man from Indiana, 5.5 hours away from our undercover house in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, he's. I thought originally, up until last few days, when one of the other predators, can't remember who it is, I found out that they were the longest ride ever at six hours. I thought he was this Michael Patterson guy, but apparently not. But he's very close to it. Traveled 5.5 hours.
I figured, oh, there's no way this guy's going to come.
Calling himself John Raven 2000,
See, if that was JPW, he would have walked that distance.
he tells the decoy, who is posing as a 13-year-old, that he's 24 and says, "I'm too old to do anything with you." But that doesn't last long. Soon after, the sex talk begins. He asks the decoy about her last boyfriend.
Did you him?
Yeah? Why you want to know that?
I just do.
'Kay. See, I ain't no baby.
Would you do it to me?
Would you want me to?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be cool to try stuff out. You're cute.
The chat continues for another 20 minutes.
And it's just funny how the guys just believe that. Like, nothing about that seems too easy. It's just like they're just like thinking with the wrong head, and they just jump right in and like what would it take for them to get suspicious? And even the guys that do get suspicious still follow through with it.
Then he gets in his car and starts driving. He's known the decoy for less than 2 hours. During the long drive, he talks to the decoy on the phone and reveals more about himself.
We just got off the phone with the guy who's claiming to be a cop. We don't know that he is, but he says he carries his gun everywhere with him.
So now we have to assume that John Raven 2000 is a police officer and he's armed.
The security people were really great in instructing me as to what to do, and the first and foremost important thing was the safety.
Here comes 24-year-old Michael Patterson. He actually made the 5.5-hour drive to meet a 13-year-old for sex. Casey has been instructed to make certain the man is unarmed.
What a goof. Just stupid grin on his face.
Oh my.
And it's like the police send this like unarmed young girl out there to like make sure this guy isn't armed. Just like all these cops around like holding guns. They're like, "Hey, Casey, go out there and make sure he's not armed. And if he is, just jump in front of us and take a bullet so we don't have to put ourselves in danger." It's like, I get it. They're willing to have a little bit of risk just for the sake of good television, but it seems a little bit reckless that they're relying on Casey to do this. And kudos to her for being brave enough to do it.
You didn't really bring your gun with you, did you? Because that kind of freaks me out.
No,
Well, you said you always carry it with you.
it's in my car.
I don't believe you.
Seriously, look.
Lift up your shirt. Turn around. Lift up your pants.
You're killing me.
Pull your pockets inside out.
Come on.
I bet you, like, I wonder if, like, Frag or one of the police are, like, feeding her lines right now, or if they just told her what to say.
Your other pocket.
My wallet. Chain. Come on, you gotta trust me. I don't have it on me here.
I got the okay to let him in the house.
All right, I guess I believe you. Okay, close your door. Come on in.
I just like how he's just being ordered around by what he thinks is a 13-year-old girl.
Quit being a weenie.
Oh, I wasn't sure. You said you always carried it with you. I wasn't sure.
I'll just say it right now. I hate this guy. Like, regardless of what he's there to do, this guy is, like, I almost detest him more than Lorne. Like, we know less about him, but just everything about him, the fact that he's just a braggart and he's lying about being a cop and all this stuff, like, he's, like, what a scumbag.
He just continued to joke about it, and the cops and the security were, still keeping a really strong eye on him because you never know. So you're a cop, not a detective?
Detective, yeah.
And, like, this, he kind of looks similar to Lorne. Like, he looks like he'd be Lorne's younger brother or something. Like, they just have a kind of a general similar look to them, but I don't know. I really don't like this guy.
Lieutenant.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you're excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Are you excited?
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
Where's your room at? Let's go through the house. Look at it. This is a huge house.
Yeah, it is pretty big. It's nice,
Oh my
though.
God. My hair's a mess.
So, Lieutenant,
What's up?
Yeah, I guess that conversation wasn't very interesting, so Chris Hansen just came out.
what are we investigating tonight?
Nothing much.
What's your plan here?
I just drove down here to
And how long was the drive?
5.5 hours.
Now, what?
Like, I bet you this guy, to know him in your daily life, he's probably such a tool bag. Like, this would be a guy that you have to put up with. Like, yeah, he's either like your cousin or coworker, someone that you're just like forced to see sometimes, and no one can really stand him, but you can't get rid of him. So you just have to like put a smile on and pretend like you get along with him just to be cordial, but really you just want to like strangle him because he's just such a lying sack of shit.
What would motivate somebody to drive 5.5 hours to come here to this house?
I don't know, sir.
But you got to know. You're the one who did the driving.
I know.
Now, you're a lawman. So,
It's like, no, we find out he was actually fired.
if you're doing the interview, what would you want to know most?
Basically, why was I here?
Yeah, why were you here?
I'm just, I'm just lonely. I don't have anybody, and need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, do I even have to go into why that's bullshit? Like, I've done it enough times, enough of these guys have said it. I'm annoyed at these guys saying it because I have to repeat myself about why it's a bullshit excuse. Imagine what Hansen's going through. Just like, I've heard that so many times. And it doesn't make any sense on any level.
You knew she was 13. She told you.
I was kind of worried about it.
Like, you live in... It's not like you're in... trying to think of some country with a very low population. With a lot... I mean, I guess Canada has a low population for the amount of space we have. But even here, you could find other people to do stuff with. There are concentrated areas of human beings in towns and cities that you could do stuff with. He lives like in a huge country with like hundreds of millions of people, and you're telling me there's not one human within 5.5 hour drive of him that he could hang out with? There's probably people like on his block, just like there's probably like a bar within 1 minute drive from where he's at that he could go to and just like talk to the other losers that are hanging out there alone. Like, there's other options. Like, it just doesn't make sense that there's no one else to talk to except this teenage girl who is hours and hours away that you met online. Like, that's like, we all know he's lying, but it's so stupid. I can't even, like, do these guys believe it? Is that just the first excuse that comes to mind, or do they honestly think that that's the reason?
I told her she was 5 years older. I don't mind talking to her, but
But you kept talking anyway.
Yeah, but you kept talking anyway, and you came to visit her, even though she's not 5 years older.
yeah.
You wouldn't know what to do with me. Am I supposed to know what to do with old men? Only with me.
Oh, man. Man, I'm not a violent person, but if I could just get away with doing anything for like 1 hour, I would be beating up Michael Patterson. That's what I'll say that. I don't think anyone would really hold it against me.
It's funny.
I know. I'm sorry, sir.
It's funny. What do you think should happen to a police officer who gets caught doing something like this?
Or a guy lying about being a police officer who gets caught doing this.
Well, really bad could happen.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
Just a year now.
Explain to me why somebody with apparently so much going on would take that risk. I mean,
Like, does he not have like other friends? I guess, well, no, because he was fired, and they probably all think he's a douchebag. But according to his story, wouldn't he have other police officers he could like hang out with?
doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going through a divorce partially. And
Oh, is this like all these guys are getting divorced? I think we've kind of discussed this before. Is that they're trying to act like, oh, I'm getting divorced, therefore I'm lonely, so it led me to this. Where it's like, no, it was probably this behavior that led you to getting divorced. Or in this idiot's case, it was like everything about him, his stupid laugh and his stupid face and his stupid... Everything he does is lying and bragging. The fact that a woman even gave him a shot is completely beyond my ability to understand. But no, it's like he's the reason for his divorce.
So that makes it okay.
No, it's not okay. It'll never be okay. Not for anybody.
What do you suppose your chief's going to say about this?
He's gonna be too happy.
Well, there's something you got to know. And it's I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet young teens online for sex.
I apologize, man to man.
All right. He gathers up all his belongings and
Well, and at least this guy really gets what's coming to him. Not only does he just get scared and hurt and humiliated, but well, we'll see. I'm sure everyone has seen this before, but for anyone that hasn't, we're in for a treat.
heads to the door, apparently thinking the worst is over. Because of the possibility that Patterson is armed, an officer acts more quickly than usual, calling out to him as soon as he opens the door.
Oh, this is just so satisfying.
Sheriff's office.
Patterson steps back into the house, and an officer shoots him with a taser gun. Only one probe stays attached, so the taser is unable to shock him and drop him to the ground.
Like, he was just what a scumbag. He's just like bragging to a 13-year-old girl, saying all the sick stuff and just acting like he's a big shot and bragging about how cool he is. And then he just runs to the house screaming like a little bitch and just getting thrown to the ground and having it broadcast on national television. I hope this guy is still feeling the humiliation from this. He deserves every second of it. Let's watch that again. And I like how you could see Chris like running in the background to get away from him.
And an officer shoots him with a taser gun. Only one probe stays attached, so the taser is unable to shock him and drop him to the ground.
Just kneeling on his neck. Like, oh, like this could not be more pathetic. Yeah, I'm sure getting shot with a taser hurts, but like at least try to take it like a man. Like there were even like Lee Greer like was kind of sobbing, but they weren't this bad. They weren't just like screaming and pleading. Like this is the most humiliating arrest of any predator ever, as far as I know.
Once Patterson is cuffed, he's brought outside and taken away to the local police station. When officers search his car,
I wonder if these cops here just like found out what police department he worked for and just as a courtesy from like cop to cop just sent a copy of this video to them so they could laugh at this guy.
They find a loaded gun,
One in the chamber.
a spare round of ammunition, and handcuffs. Later, he agrees to waive his rights and answer questions.
I'd like to discuss with you why you're here.
Now we hear the truth about the man claiming to be a detective. The agent that he was only on the police force for a few months as a
What's that on his arm? Is that blood trickling down his arm or is that a tattoo?
trainee before he was thrown off.
It was a traffic violation. I violated their SOP, their standard operating procedure.
He was out of his jurisdiction in his personal car using police lights.
I got some blue and red lights and I put them in my car. It was thrown out of court. So they dismissed me for that, but it was thrown out.
How long ago was that?
Just about like a month ago.
But according to the local prosecutor, the case wasn't dismissed. He still faces the charge of impersonating a police officer. That wasn't his only run-in with the law. Patterson charged more than $1,400 on a credit card that had been mistakenly sent to him. He pleaded guilty to one count of theft, a misdemeanor.
And like, yeah, cops get a bad rep sometimes, like in the media, and guys like this don't help. Like when they hire someone and he just turns out to be a complete scumbag like this, like it doesn't reflect well on the police department and whether or not it's deserved. Like they have to really be vigilant in keeping scumbags like this out of the police.
Served 3 days in jail and received 1 year probation.
So you had intentions?
So it just shows that like he's dishonest, he's willing to steal, he's a liar, and he lies about being a police officer. It's one of those, like they call it like with the military, like stolen valor, I think, where guys will brag about being in the military just so they can look tough. And then they get exposed because they're not actually in the military. Like, that's a horrible thing to do. Like, it's a job that people take pride in. And same thing with police, right? It's a hard job that good police would take pride in. So for the fact that this guy was a shitty cop and he got fired for doing stupid criminal stuff before he even became a real cop, and then he lies about being a police officer just so he can look like a tough guy to a 13-year-old girl he's trying to have sex with. Like, that's the kind of guy that this guy is. Like, that is so scumbaggy. That's like yeah, there's no justification. This guy sucks.
To at least have oral sex with her.
Yeah.
And how old did she tell you that she was?
Said going on 14.
Going on 14 means 13.
I knew I screwed up talking to a girl that age. I knew. I'm not stupid. I'm not no creep.
Yeah, right.
Today's date is Sunday, October 21st, 2007. The time is now approximately 2:45 a.m. And what was your reason for coming down?
And well, that was Michael Patterson. Yeah, he's definitely got to be like definitely top 10, probably even top 5 most hated predators. Yeah, this guy just really makes me angry. But well, that was an interesting one to get through. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.